Welcome back. This is your favorite learning channel, as always, Elimu TV, where we get to watch and learn. This is the topic development of industry, and we have been looking at metals in Africa, the earliest metals and the uses of metals in Africa. And now today, we'll get to look at the iron working in Africa as a metal. We get to look at the development of iron, the uses of iron in Africa during the pre-colonial period, and also today in the society. And as always, it is your teacher, Rajab Michira. Now, by the end of the lesson, learners, what do we expect? We expect to explain the development and spread of iron in Africa, and also get to state some of the uses of iron as a metal in Africa. Now, we have got two theories that get to explain the origin and the development of iron in Africa. One, we have the division theory and also the dependent development theory. Now, what is this division theory? So this theory holds that knowledge in iron working came from outside the continent into North Africa from the Middle East by the Phoenicians and the Assyrians. And now let me take you back to trade. We did say that there were trade goods from the north, and mostly in the trans-Saharan trade, it was trade that linked the people of Africa and the Asian world. Now, there are goods that were brought from Asia, and there are goods that were taken out of Africa. Now, specifically, let us look at the goods that came into Africa. Now, iron was one of the trade goods that was used in that trans-Saharan trade. Now, as you can see, the division theory, it states that it diffused, or rather it developed, or it was brought into Africa by the Phoenicians and the Assyrians. And the Phoenicians and Assyrians are people in the Asian continent. Now, they brought in iron into Africa as a result of trade. Another theory that gets to explain the development and the origin of iron is the independent development theory. In this case, the theory states that iron working emerged independently at independent centers within the continent, right? So we had independent centers within the continent, and it just emerged independently, meaning it was not brought from anywhere. Now, having looked at the two theories that get to explain the development and origin of iron, now can we get to look at the uses of iron? How do we get to use iron today in the society? For example, iron was used for the production of stronger weapons like spears, daggers, and arrows. And as you can see in our image there, we have got the spears, the arrowheads, the second image, right? In the first image, we also have got daggers, right? So daggers are short knives, right? So these are some of the weapons that were used, or rather that were made out of iron. And you get to ask yourself, why did they get to use iron as a weapon, or rather, why do you get to use iron in making these weapons? So we get to realize that iron is strong, right, compared to these other metals. And remember, weapons needed to be strong, unlike these other metals. That is why they used iron in making of the weapons. And also, we have the household items, for example, knives and blades, right? Can you get to ask yourself why some of these blades get rust, right? It's because they are made out of iron. And the reason as to why iron is readily available, it's not like these other metals. For example, gold, right? You can't make a knife out of gold. It's expensive, right? That is why they used iron in making the household items. For example, the knives, the blades, right? You can get to see a spoon there. You can get to see a pot, a cooking pot, right? It is made out of iron because iron was readily available. Another use of iron, it was that iron was baked into pots for various uses. And the people who could bake this, now you are getting to ask, how could you bake iron to make a pot? We had people we call ironsmiths. These are people who are specialized in smelting and baking iron to form pots. And now these pots were used in carrying water. These pots were used in cooking, right? However, the images you are seeing there, those are modern pots, right? Those are modern pots made out of iron, and they're used in domestic use. Then also we have another use of iron, which is making of agricultural tools, and this one can be dated back to early agriculture in Mesopotamia and early agriculture in Egypt. These are the kind of tools they used in farming. So we have got the horse, right? And we have got the pangas, the jembes. However, a jembe and a hoe are closely related, right? Now, those are some of the things that were made out of iron, the agricultural tools. And as I've said, they were mostly used in agrarian revolution. That is early agriculture in Egypt and agriculture in Mesopotamia. And also, the agricultural tools are also used today in the society. Now, class, can we get to try out this assignment? Can we get to state some of the two theories that explain the origin and development of iron in Africa? And in that, the theories, can you get to deeply explain the independent theory? Because in our notes we didn't exhaust independent theory. So I want you to venture much on the independent theory as a theory of origin and development of iron in Africa. And also, can we get to state 3 uses of iron in Africa? For your reference, get to revert to Evolving World History Form 2. And as always, this has been your favorite channel where we watch and learn, Elimu TV, a station where we always learn, where we always watch and learn. Keep sending in your feedbacks, and also you can watch us via our Facebook page, Elimu TV, and also follow us on Twitter at Elimu_Kenya. This is your favorite channel where you watch and learn.